You were told that to prevent muscle loss after 60, you should eat a lot of eggs. But they're lying to you. Because eggs aren't even close to the highest source of protein. Over 80% of seniors don't know that eggs can raise too much cholesterol in your blood and can build up in your arteries, narrow them, and increase your risk of heart attack or stroke, especially for seniors over 60. A study published in the U.S. Department of Agriculture, USDA, Food Data Central shows that eggs don't even rank in the top 10 highest protein sources per 100 grams. With many foods and plant-based isolates offering significantly more protein, proving that the belief that eggs are the ultimate protein source is outdated and misleading. Poultry farmers, food industry lobbyists, and some supplement companies are keeping this a secret. If seniors knew the truth, they would stop spending billions on egg-based diets and expensive supplements that don't deliver the best results. These companies lose money when you choose smarter, more affordable protein sources that actually work. But seniors who learn the truth can protect their heart, strengthen their muscles, and save money all at the same time. We will be revealing the top 5 uncommon but delicious sources of protein your dietitians are hiding from you. The third one on this list has 5 times more protein than 100 grams of eggs. The first one has 9 times more. It is the #1 protein source in the world right now, and researchers are studying it every single day. These 5 protein sources can help you prevent muscle loss, stroke, and heart disease in less than 30 days. These foods are not just ordinary foods. They are backed by solid research, and the studies will be linked in the description below so you can check them out yourself. As a matter of fact, a study reviewing dietary protein and exercise in frail elderly individuals found that protein supplementation plus resistance training led to 30 to 40% greater gains in muscle mass and strength compared to exercise alone. Let me ask you something. Where are you watching from? Have you lost muscle mass recently? What are you doing about it? Or are you dealing with any health issues? Don't be ashamed. We are all family here. Let me know in the comments, and I'll take my time to reply to every single one and give you some effective tips. Also, like and share this video with your loved ones. And don't forget to subscribe to Age Well Tips for more helpful life-saving tips just like this. Protein Source 5. Tempeh. Tempeh is a firm, cake-like product made from fermented whole soybeans, with a mild, nutty flavor and a satisfying chewy texture. It provides approximately 19 to 21 grams of protein per 100 grams, which is 6 to 8 grams more than the 13 grams found in 100 grams of whole eggs. In addition to protein, tempeh is rich in important nutrients, like riboflavin, niacin, magnesium, phosphorus, and manganese. It also provides iron, calcium, and B vitamins, while delivering dietary fiber and probiotics from fermentation. For seniors, tempeh supports muscle maintenance because it's a complete protein and a valuable source of amino acids needed for muscle repair. Numerous studies indicate that tempeh diets help elderly individuals with sarcopenia preserve and even regain muscle mass. One study showed elderly women experienced significant improvements in hand grip strength, knee extension, and muscle cross-sectional area in just 12 weeks. A typical example would be Martha. She is a 72-year-old librarian who lives in Savannah, Georgia. Martha worked most of her life as a school librarian. She enjoyed gardening, baking, and walking to the town square every Sunday. Her dietitian had told her to eat at least 5 eggs a day to keep her muscles strong and prevent aging-related decline. For years, she followed that advice without question. One night, Martha had a stroke episode while she was home alone. She couldn't reach the phone, and it took several hours before a neighbor noticed something was wrong and called for help. She could have died. At the hospital, doctors ran a series of tests. Her muscle mass had dropped significantly, and her cholesterol was higher than it should be. She was shocked. She had been eating healthy, doing everything she thought was right. That's when a new specialist introduced her to something different. He explained that while eggs are a good food, they are not the highest or most efficient source of protein for seniors. He recommended Martha try tempeh, a fermented soybean food rich in complete protein, fiber, and essential nutrients. He explained that tempeh could help her rebuild muscle, lower inflammation, and improve her overall health. Martha started including half a cup of tempeh in her meals, 2 to 3 times a week. After just 8 weeks, Martha returned to the clinic for a follow-up. Her blood work had improved, her strength was coming back. She was able to lift her groceries again, go back to her garden, and even rejoin her church walking group. Martha now says the change saved her life. She still eats eggs occasionally, but she no longer relies on them as her main source of protein. She tells everyone at her senior center about tempeh and how it gave her a second chance. To begin incorporating tempeh, seniors should steam or boil it for 10 minutes to remove bitterness. After that, it can be marinated in flavors like soy sauce, garlic, and ginger, and pan-fried, baked, grilled, crumbled into tacos or salads, or added to soups and stews. The next protein source is always overlooked, but it has 2 times more protein than the protein in 100 grams of eggs. Protein source number 4. Pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds are small, flat green seeds that contain approximately 30 to 35 grams of protein per 100 grams, which is more than double the 13 grams found in 100 grams of eggs. These seeds are rich sources of magnesium, zinc, iron, phosphorus, manganese, healthy fats, fiber, tryptophan, antioxidants, and B vitamins. These nutrients support muscle function, cholesterol and blood pressure control, immune system strength, improved sleep, and reduced inflammation. For older adults, pumpkin seeds help preserve muscle mass, improve recovery, and lower inflammation. In a large US-based study, over 45% of seniors were found to suffer from muscle loss, sarcopenia, and increasing plant-based protein, like protein from pumpkin seeds, was linked to stronger muscle and performance, as in the case of Walter, a 76-year-old who lives in Helena, Montana. For over 40 years, Walter worked as a park ranger, guiding tourists and teaching children about wildlife and conservation. Even in retirement, he stayed active, volunteering twice a week at a local school to help students with environmental science projects. Following his dietitian's advice, Walter made eggs a central part of his meals. He ate 4 to 6 eggs every day, but he found that he was losing body mass and getting skinnier. At the hospital, the doctors ran tests and were surprised to find signs of muscle deterioration. The nutrition team at the clinic reviewed his diet and gently explained that while eggs are healthy, they are not the highest or most efficient source of protein for someone his age. They suggested he start incorporating pumpkin seeds into his meals. Walter agreed to try. 8 weeks later, Walter returned to the clinic for his follow-up. The results were impressive. His cholesterol had dropped, inflammation levels were lower, his muscle mass had improved. He had more energy, walked with ease, and was once again doing the things he loved, like tending to his garden and leading hikes for local children. Seniors can eat a handful, about 28 grams daily. They can roast them with olive oil and seasoning, sprinkle them on oatmeal or salads, blend them into smoothies, or add them to soups and homemade energy bars. The next protein source is very common, and you may even have it in your kitchen right now, but you may not know that it is a top healthy protein source for seniors. Protein source number 3. Parmesan cheese. Parmesan cheese contains approximately 32 to 36 grams of protein per 100 grams, which is more than double the roughly 13 grams in 100 grams of eggs. In addition to its high protein content, Parmesan is rich in calcium, phosphorus, zinc, magnesium, vitamin A, and B vitamins. It is virtually lactose-free, making it easier for seniors with lactose intolerance to digest. Parmesan also offers readily absorbed casein proteins and contains probiotics that support digestion and immunity. For seniors, Parmesan supports muscle mass and bone strength, owing to its complete, highly digestible protein and calcium content. A recent clinical trial in older seniors with possible sarcopenia showed that adding cheese to the diet improved both muscle strength and muscle mass, helping participants combat age-related muscle decline. Like in the story of Harold, an 81 years old who lives in Rochester, New York. Harold spent most of his life as a piano teacher, giving lessons from his cozy home studio and volunteering at the local community center where he helped underprivileged kids learn music. Music was his life. Over the past year, Harold began to feel weaker. He had trouble standing for long periods and found himself sitting more and more during lessons. He assumed it was just old age. One day, as he reached to lift a heavy stack of music books, he felt a sharp pain in his lower back and nearly collapsed. He was taken to the clinic, where doctors found that he had significant muscle loss and early signs of bone thinning. His diet, while balanced in many ways, lacked sufficient high-quality protein. He had also reduced his dairy intake over the years because of a mild sensitivity, unaware that some cheeses, like Parmesan, are low in lactose and extremely nutrient-rich. The clinic nutritionist reviewed his meals and recommended he start including small servings of Parmesan cheese each day. After just 3 weeks, Harold noticed he was standing longer during lessons. His hands felt steadier at the keys. He began taking morning walks again, something he had stopped doing months earlier. To start using Parmesan for better health, seniors can grate or shave 1 ounce over salads, soups, scrambled eggs, roasted vegetables, or whole grain pasta. It delivers about 10 grams of high-quality protein along with bone-boosting minerals. One idea is to sprinkle Parmesan onto steamed greens, pair it with beans or legumes, or include it in omelets. In summary, Parmesan provides a concentrated dose of protein, bone-supporting minerals, and digestible nutrients that help seniors maintain muscle, strengthen bones, and support recovery. We are down to the top 2 protein sources on our list today. If you're finding this video helpful so far, subscribe right away as you may not find my channel ever again. Protein source 2. Cooked chicken breasts. Chicken breast offers approximately 32 grams of protein per 100 grams, which is more than double the 13 grams found in the same amount of egg. It also provides essential nutrients like vitamin B6, vitamin B12, choline, selenium, and niacin, which support metabolism, brain function, healthy joints, and immune response. Its protein is lean and highly digestible. For seniors, chicken breast supports muscle maintenance, aids in preventing sarcopenia, and enhances recovery after illness or injury. A randomized controlled trial with elderly women showed that boiled chicken, 110 gram, 22.5 grams protein, eaten 3 times per week with resistance training, led to significantly greater gains in muscle strength and lean mass than exercise or chicken alone, as is in the case of Gloria. She is 79 years old and lives in Boise, Idaho. Gloria spent most of her life as a school counselor. Even after retiring, she stayed active in her community by mentoring teenage girls through a nonprofit program that helped them build confidence and life skills. Over the years, Gloria began to slow down. She felt weaker climbing stairs. Her hands trembled when carrying groceries. She started skipping her volunteer meetings, embarrassed by her growing fatigue. One afternoon, while walking home from the local food pantry where she volunteered twice a week, Gloria lost her balance and fell. Her doctor later told her the fall was likely caused by advanced muscle loss, linked to a low-protein diet. At the clinic, tests showed that her muscle mass had dropped significantly, and her body was not getting the protein it needed to recover from even minor stress. Gloria had always thought that fruits, veggies, and a few eggs here and there were enough to keep her healthy. She never realized how important protein was, especially at her age. The nutritionist at the clinic explained that older adults often need more protein than they think, and recommended she begin eating lean chicken breast regularly. Gloria agreed and started with small steps. 6 weeks later, Gloria felt like herself again. Her energy returned. She was walking further, standing straighter, and laughing more. She resumed mentoring sessions and hosted a small wellness talk at the community center. She shared her story with the young girls she mentored, explaining how she had ignored her body's need for protein and how something as simple as adding chicken to her meals changed everything. One of the girls, whose grandmother was struggling with similar issues, went home and talked to her family about what she learned from Miss Gloria. That moment made Gloria tear up. She realized her healing wasn't just helping herself, it was helping others too. To start using chicken breast for better health, seniors can prepare 110 to 150 grams of skinless cooked chicken breast, about 32 to 48 grams of protein, 3 to 4 times a week. They can bake or grill it with herbs, chop it into salads, shred it into soups or stews, or pair it with whole grains and vegetables. Ensuring this is combined with 2 to 3 resistance training sessions per week, such as bodyweight exercises or light weights, can maximize muscle repair and strength gains. By adding chicken breast this way, seniors can improve muscle maintenance, support metabolic and cognitive health, and reduce fatigue, helping them stay active and independent longer. Now to the top protein source on our list today. I bet you also did not see this one coming. Protein source number 1. Spirulina. Spirulina is a nutrient-packed blue-green algae that contains approximately 60 to 70% protein by dry weight, which translates to roughly 57 grams of protein per 100 grams. Over 9 times more than the grams in the same amount of eggs. In addition to its extraordinary protein content, spirulina is rich in essential amino acids, B vitamins, and potent antioxidants. These nutrients support immune function, heart health, anti-inflammatory response, and antioxidant protection. For seniors, spirulina supports muscle maintenance by delivering a complete, highly bioavailable protein. In older adults, an 8-gram daily supplement over 16 weeks significantly improved antioxidant status, immune markers, and cholesterol levels in 78 individuals aged 60 to 87, like in Leonard's case. A 74-year-old who lives in Flagstaff, Arizona. Leonard spent most of his life working as a high school science teacher. After retiring, he dedicated his time to tutoring underprivileged students and hosting weekend stargazing events at the local observatory. Over time, Leonard began to feel weaker and more fatigued. He noticed that walking up the stairs winded him, and holding his telescope for long periods became painful. He brushed it off as part of getting older. But one afternoon, while helping a student carry books across the school parking lot, Leonard's knees buckled and he fell. Embarrassed and shaken, he visited the clinic. After running tests, the doctors found that Leonard was suffering from advanced muscle loss, a result of a long-term low-protein diet. The nutritionist recommended a small but powerful addition to his routine, spirulina. Leonard had never heard of spirulina before. Leonard agreed to try it. 6 weeks later, Leonard returned to the clinic for a checkup. His doctor noticed clear improvements. His energy had returned. His muscle mass had increased slightly. His inflammation markers had dropped. Leonard said he no longer dreaded stairs. He was lifting his telescope again, and had even returned to leading nighttime sky tours for children. To make spirulina part of your daily life, seniors can start with 1 to 3 grams per day, gradually increasing to up to 8 grams after consulting their physician. The most enjoyable way to consume it is to add a teaspoon of powder into smoothies, stir it into yogurt, or blend it into soups and pesto. Since spirulina can interact with certain medications or conditions, seniors should choose third-party tested brands, store powder in cool, dry places, and discuss use with their healthcare provider, especially if they have blood clotting disorders or are immunocompromised. Spirulina matters because it is the most protein-dense natural food in the world by weight. It is backed by rigorous research, with even NASA and ESA studying its use in astronaut nutrition. Watching yourself or someone you love grow weaker, forget things, or lose their independence is one of the hardest things to witness. It's not just about the physical changes. It's the fear, the uncertainty, and the heartbreak that comes with it. Instead of feeling helpless, you now have tools. You are no longer in the dark. You can step in early. You can protect your dignity. You can make your later years safer, stronger, and filled with peace. And no matter where you are in this journey, whether you're a senior yourself or caring for someone, you are not alone. There is always hope. There is always something you can do, and every step you take makes a difference. To recap, the 5 powerful protein sources we talked about today, tempeh, pumpkin seeds, Parmesan cheese, chicken breast, and spirulina, can all help seniors prevent muscle loss, lower inflammation, and regain strength in ways that eggs alone cannot. If this video opened your eyes or helped you in any way, please hit the like button. And if you want more practical, life-saving tips like this, consider subscribing to Age Well Tips. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.